What's up YouTube, this is Lucas with FoxHawk Gaming, and I just finished the grind to King of Games using vanilla harpies. I was using it pretty exclusively throughout this event, as I was in the KC Cup as well. Anyways, it's mostly a stock list, nothing too special. You can't get very special with vanilla harpies. However, my tech choices regarding the trap cards and the ladybug were the only thing that switched up. I was running Dimension Gate for a while in the qualifiers because it's very good in the relinquished matchup for getting rid of your monsters whenever relinquished is about to suck them up, and for using it against Gravekeepers because they target you with the Soul Exchange and then you Dimension Gate away your monster. Or you can steal one of their oracles. Dimension Gate is a very all-around fantastic utility card against relinquished and Gravekeepers. Not so good in the mirror match, however, and at the time I was facing both Weevils and Harpy Lady decks back to back. So let's go over some tech choices. I had Ladybug in place of a Duels, basically because Weevil uses his whistle, and when you get a Ladybug, it's a pretty heavy blow to him. You don't get a Parasite in defense mode, you don't take 1000 damage, it's very amazing. It's also okay against Harpy Ladies in getting rid of their Duels, so it was an acceptable tech choice. Do I like it over Duels in general? No, not really. However, it did its job when Weevil was everywhere trying to counter Harpy Ladies. Duels is very self-explanatory. It's just an 1800 beater and it's very good. Jerry Bean should be a Duels, but I do not have a second yet. I'm waiting to see if they drop a new set this week that possibly has a super rare vanilla 1800. Not getting my hopes up, but not spending my gems on Valkyrie's Rage just yet. Anyways, Sonic Duck, self-explanatory. It's a 1900 beater, 2100 in the mirror match before the field spells get blown up. And it's very strong. It also goes well with Harpy Lady 1, allowing you to get over 2000 attack fairly easily. And Harpy Ladies in general, they're just good. They're the namesake of the deck, allows us to pop a back row, allows us to get rid of the field spells in the mirror match. Fantastic card. Now, our spell support is 3 orders to charge and 3 enemy controllers. This because we need removal for this 3-star demotion match. We want to make sure we get our orders to charge, which are amazing against 3-star demotion. And we want our enemy controllers in basically every matchup. The utility of being able to attack with a monster, then sacrifice and take your opponent's monster is amazing. The ability to one-turn kill a 3-star demotion deck, the ability to defend your monsters when you need to. Enemy controller is the best spell card in the game, in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of other people would agree. Anyways, now to the traps. This can change up considerably. I have 2 mirror walls because they're very good in the mirror match. You blow up both the field spells, one of the players usually does, and then it ends up becoming a stall out until someone decides to call bluffs. And Mirror Wall allows you to back up your bluffs. While Tornadoes are good in the Weevil match and the Harpy Lady matchup, gives you something to bait out them destroying and go positive off of it. It also allows you to get rid of masks, burning lands against Weevil, and that's why I had 2. They were very, very good whenever I was playing in Platinum. It was all Weevil and Harpies, as I said, so 2 Wild Tornadoes was very acceptable in this case, and it did me well. It's also important to note that against, like, rogue decks that popped up, like Blue Eyes and even 3-star demotion decks, it allowed me to have some extra removal, so it wasn't entirely dead in those matchups. Providing I could combo with Harpy Ladies. Anyways, and then we get down to Windstorm, because it is very good in the Harpy Lady mirror match. You guys are facing down each other, someone's about to call bluffs, you pop a Windstorm and you say, do something to prevent me destroying your monsters. It's very, very strong in the mirror match, which is why I had it in here at the time. So obviously some things change up when you're going into a meta that you don't know entirely. I would definitely get rid of the Ladybug if you're not planning on encountering a ton of Weevils. Dimension Gate is a very good card. It counters Gravekeepers and Relinquished, which are the two other tier 1 decks so far. So it's a very strong choice. However, if you're facing a lot of Harpy Ladies, I found it to be very underwhelming in the mirror match. It can blank a removal, but there's a lot of ways to blank removal in Harpy Ladies, and honestly, you'd probably just rather have more removal or more things that do 1-for-1s instead of having to rely on your opponent to maybe make a risky play. And even then, a lot of times when they make risky plays, you counter it by enemy controllering or order to charging back. And I think we'll see a mirror match like that in one of these videos that I'm about to show. Anyways, let's check out some highlight games that I enjoyed and I thought were entertaining to watch for this video. Alright, so here we go. I face off against a Weevil deck. And I draw the worst opening hand imaginable. And so I am sitting, I think, on game 3 of my King of Games series matches to get promoted. And I'm just looking at that like, I'm so salty right now, to be honest. I do save my field spell because of the opening Wild Tornado. Well, tornadoes. And I draw an early Parasite. I had the Ladybug in hand, so this Whistle just hits me hard. He doesn't look like he has any monsters, but I'm still in an annoying position. Now here's the weird part. He Sphere Kuribohs here. I think he felt too confident in this game. My back row support is pretty good right now. Nothing to win a game alone over, but when I top deck the right monsters, it can be pretty backbreaking. Now here, I take his Panda. I want to get rid of that final back row card. And what's on my mind right now is I want to get rid of those Parasites. He wanted to get rid of my Ladybug. And that was a face-down possessed Dark Soul. I don't know what that was, but he bluffed me with that. Anyways, I have something to prevent the lethal. He wanted to go for it there. Didn't work out in his favor, so now I get a free shot at the Panda. A top deck Panda doesn't do much either. I don't care much about the Ladybug or the Mask at this point. I attack the face down with my 2200 because I suspect it's a Cocoon, and pretty decisively win the game with a steady, healthy amount of solid draws and countering the Burning Land at the beginning. Now, here's a match that I didn't know what to expect because Joey can be all over the place. He can be Desert Twister, he can be Blue Eyes, he can be just about anything. So I open with a pretty okay hand, not a lot of spell support. I see the Ladybug and immediately think Desert Twister. So he wants to get rid of my Sonic Duck, which is fine. I've got plenty that can deal with them. I lay down a Duels. And here is where opportunity strikes. I steal his Sonic Duck, and I have the Harpy Lady 1 in hand, which is enough for lethal unless he were running Sphere Kuriboh, which I would not expect in his deck. So that was a very fast game against Desert Twister. Now here's a mirror match I went up against. Now this mirror match is a very weird experience. My opponent does misplay in it, which allows me to get an upper hand within the game. So I open kind of weak, to be honest, but I have a Sonic Duck for this opening moment. Bluffing a lot of things here. I place my back row support here. Want to call him on his mirror wall, but he doesn't use it during the damage step, which allows me to enemy controller and save my duck here, which may be important because it looked like I was a little low on creatures, but I drew into the 4-star Ladybug. Alright, gets rid of my Sonic Duck, has a Sphere Kuriboh, which I wasn't expecting. Most Harpy decks I know don't run it, and Dust Barrier, which is crazy. I think he was expecting a lot of mirror match action. I still wouldn't run that card, but it's very interesting. Alright, so tries to get in for game, but I do have an order to charge. I have an enemy controller now, which isn't what I wanted to see, but it's good enough right now. Magic Drain isn't gonna work, I'm getting flooded. Alright, has a mirror wall, so now I'm really low. But attacks into me, pays 2,000. I destroy his mirror wall after the attack is declared. And that allowed me to get back into the game and actually win. Alright, now here is a matchup that I think is honestly very fun. The 3-star Demotion matchup. In particular, I do believe that this is the Dark Magician matchup. So I open very strong. 2 traps, 2 monsters. Harpy Lady 1 is in hand. But he starts out grabbing a Dark Magician. I don't have anything to deal with this girl right now. I'm expecting a swarm, which he does do. However, I also know he has the 1 in hand, which makes this opening very insane. So I Windstorm, and I have a Harpy Lady to call the Champion's Vigilance. In case he didn't, I had the Harpy Lady 1 played so I could eat a Magician. Mirror Wall takes care of that. I order this turn so that he can't activate Champion's Vigilance, if that is what that is, and I attack through with Sonic Duck so that he's below 2,000 and can't summon anything. And that's, when you're winning a Dark Magician matchup or a 3-star Demotion matchup in general, that's just how it goes. It's very blitzy. They want to win as fast as possible to undo their negative side effects from their ability, and you just want to get rid of that 1 boss monster. And hope they don't have too many Champion's Vigilance. You can deal with quite a few through using clever use of Order to Charge, using Harpy Ladies to bait them out, and then ending with like an enemy controller and attack them directly. Lots of variations. I wish I saved more of those because I like that matchup. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the deck tech and these game highlights. I hope to have some more PvP highlights as the week goes on, and get some testing games in to show you guys before the final qualifiers actually do take place. Anyways, let me know what you want to see in regards to PvP duels, and if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe.